The matter is that the Honorable Mpuga is running up and down. It's about the shame of what happened to him in Parliament when they got themselves money. And it is easier for him to accept that that was a mistake and lay back. Secondly, my father-in-law, Gino Bonyo, was a close ally of Benedicto Kiwanuka in DP. In 1961, Benedicto Kiwanuka as chief minister, Gino Bonyo and Arbi Bwambale from Kasese, nothing tribal, went and met President John Kennedy. And it is the scholarships that President John Kennedy gave that trained Ugandans to take over from colonials. That is the kind of political leadership that Mpuga should reflect and compare himself on. A mere focus on himself, I'll ask, because I was leader of opposition before, what did he do as leader of opposition that distinguished him as somebody who can go beyond being leader of opposition on appointment and lead this country? What is it that Mpuga can do, even as a lawyer? I knew the Sebalo and company advocates. I knew the many big law firms. If you go to Kampala, where do you get Mpuga's law firm? And where is his record in courts? So even as an individual, let him not waste Ugandans' time. Nobody will pay attention to him. As simple as that.
Prof, you seem not to rate Mathasi Mpuga. What I want to understand is whether he announces exiting NUP or not. What if he announces presidential ambitions? Does that throw something fresh and into the politics of the country?
It will just add laughter to his record. I mean, as leader of opposition, where did Mpuga profile himself at a national level? I used to go, I buried Mayombo, I did this, I would meet ministers who come from abroad, European ministers, US senators, they would come. Somali delegation, Eritrean delegation, because they recognized that the role I was playing was beyond an opposition role, it was a national role. But even within the opposition role, what did Mpuga play to make him now evaluate himself and suggest that Mpuga can start a party and people will follow? That he can go to DP and DP will make him their leader? Or that he can stand as a presidential candidate? Of all things, presidency for what? Massacre?
You may not be rating Mpuga, but from his colleagues, him as a personality might move away with a big chunk of members of parliament or political leaders that as a whole could shake up the politics. Don't you think so?
It will not happen. Friday is not far. Let Mpuga announce. And he will get the embarrassment of his life. People are not fools. There are so many big priorities in this country. There's too much poverty. There's too much anger. There's too much disunity. And you come and talk about yourself. As who?
In your own opinion, briefly, this is the last one from me. What would be the right thing for Mpuga to do? What would be the right thing for Mpuga to do right now?
Let Mpuga calm down, go back and talk to his colleagues in NUP, to members of political leadership in Buganda, find counsel even with religious leaders, and they will define for him a better path than this empty posturing.